Up next on Channel 2 News, the standoff is apparently over in Atlanta. A little girl in Denver is getting ready for a very nice Christmas gift. And some tips on how not to get ripped off by mechanics. So stay with us.
KWGN TV in Denver. This is Channel 2 News with Ernie Bjorkman, Jim Conrad, and Glen Gerberg's weather. Channel 2 News, Denver's first late newscast.
Good evening, everyone. We're on late tonight because of the movie. Thanks for joining us. Well, the siege in Atlanta is apparently over tonight. Cuban prisoners have agreed to let their hostages go sometime tomorrow. The breakthrough in negotiations came earlier today after 2 weeks of talks. The Cubans are holding 89 people hostage and have done so since the government threatened to deport them.
Detainees initialed a document indicating their agreement on all points of a settlement that would bring a conclusion to this incident.
I believe the majority of Cuban inmates approved the agreement. The details have not been released. Well, two members of a white supremacist group accused in the murder of Alan Berg were both sentenced today in Denver. David Lane and Bruce Pierce each got 150 years in prison. The two members of the order were convicted of violating Berg's civil rights. It's believed the two gunned down the radio talk show host 3 years ago. Denver police think they have a suspect in the stabbing of a young Denver attorney. 30-year-old Kenneth Montgomery is in jail tonight. His bond, $1 million. Detectives say he may be the man who attacked the 27-year-old woman as she walked in Denver's Cherry Creek area Monday. Montgomery was paroled in May after serving time for sexual assault. The woman is listed in serious condition this evening. Well, some good news. A deaf child from the Denver area may get a very nice Christmas present this year. Never mind that it will be a few weeks late. We've told you before about cochlear implants. Now a 3-year-old girl may become one of the youngest recipients. Barbara Berlin has more.
3-year-old Ashley Hopkins was born premature with a cleft palate and unable to hear. Though her facial deformity was surgically corrected, doctors in her native England said she'd always live in a silent world. But Ashley's own curiosity and medical technology are turning her life around. Listen. Ashley.
Okay. As far as the lighting...
Ooh, good girl. Through the use of a vibro-tactile device, Ashley is learning to feel vibrations, her introduction to sound. Any noises are picked up by a microphone, which runs through a receiver strapped to her back and vibrates the skin on her wrist. Listen.
Yeah.
But it's only her first test. If Ashley proves to be totally deaf, she'll receive a surgically implanted device in her ear, which should open her world. It's called a cochlear implant.
We need to be absolutely certain that she's so deaf that she can't benefit from anything less than a cochlear implant. So far, she's totally deaf.
Dr. Balcony says